Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday morning. I'm heading over to a job. A guy called me. He's remodeling his bathroom, and he's got a pedestal lav that he needs to put in. And I think when he was chipping the wall out, because he wanted to relocate the waste arm for the pedestal to get it in the right location, I think he drove a jackhammer through the sanitary tee, cast iron sand tee. So I need to go over there and cut that out. He said it was 3-inch. Maybe it is. It looked like in the picture, it looked like it was 2-inch to me, but hopefully I have the stuff on my truck that I need to take care of this in one shot. Also, he wants me to pull a toilet and I think repair a broken cast iron flange and also install a new shower valve. Half a day's work probably, but and then I go back and finish it up for him, or he can do it himself. But get it all set up so that it's ready for final. And so that's what I'm doing today, this morning anyways, and we'll see what happens when we get there. Alrighty. Man, I just got to this job and look at this tree, man. This thing is fucking massive. This thing is like... Alright guys, so I'm here on this little job here. The back of this sanitary tee is totally blown out. One of my concerns is, where did that piece go? So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down at the bottom. Cut this hub off, and I'm going to make a cut up here. And then I'm going to make sure that the pipe, the sweep down there, doesn't have a big chunk of cast iron in it, and or it could be a combo. It really depends, but I just want to make sure it's clean. And put a plastic sanitary tee in here with the new rough end dimension. You know, I got this cut sheet for the pedestal lav, and we'll get it roughed in. And I'm going to change this out because this is just old style. We don't need all of that. I'm just going to put some 90s with PVC on it, possibly leave air chambers on there because I know the rest of the house doesn't have it, but it's going to be a pedestal, so yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up here. See that. What I do is I cut as much as I can with a diamond blade, and I'm going to finish it off with a good sharp heavy duty sawzall blade. And this guy's got a bunch of stuff to do today. Put a new kitchen sink faucet in, bunch of stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be it. I should be doing a lot of that. I'm gonna go ahead and open the window. Camera work. I hope you can. Oh fuck. Guys, you don't want to be breathing this shit in. For sure. Alright, it's gonna be tough, guys. It's gonna be tough because of this cinder block fucking wall. Crazy on the interior of a house. But it's tough, guys. Alright guys, so I got this T cut out. Got the top cut. That's going to be dry. I mean, it's not so critical that that's a perfectly square cut, but this one is. And it looks like it's cracked. The pipe going down into the floor. So I'm going to go a little deeper here and cut it right above the floor. And then I'll run water through it once I put it all together and make sure it's good. But I vacuumed a lot of stuff out of this pipe. It was really built up in there. I'll try to get you a nice shot of that inside. I ran the tub and flushed the toilet, and I can hear the water running in here, but I need to make sure that this is cleaned out very well, because you don't want a problem as soon as you put the bathroom in operation. So anyways, definitely want to cover this so you don't get more stuff popping in there. So. When you get to this point, you really got to be careful so you don't end up having a jackhammer a hole in the floor and replace a cast iron fitting. Alright, see. I gotta get a light and see what's up with that. See how thin that pipe is in the back? You just gotta be really careful. And it's built up. This house is 50 years old. I gotta get a long screwdriver and loosen that stuff up down there and vacuum it out. And then I'll cut this, I'm gonna cut this pipe again right now. Alright, I got another cut on that. It looks like it may be good. The base of this is just slap full. So this is a 3-inch pipe. This is an 1.5-inch hose. It is critically important to make sure this pipe is open before you go ahead and close this up and try to put the bathroom in operation. This hose should go through that 3-inch pipe as far as I can push it. And I'm not at that point yet, so I just need to keep vacuuming the stuff out of it. So alright guys, so I'm confident that that line is clean. I've got a 3-inch stainless steel, what we call a mission coupling down here in Florida. Goes from cast iron to plastic. I'm going to use one on the bottom and one on the top. And that's it. I'll put it on and I'll show you. Alright guys, so when it comes to these mission couplings, I don't know if you can see that or not, but this side is thinner than this side. Cast iron is a little bit smaller than PVC. That's why you need a specific coupling, a mission coupling. The thick side goes on the cast iron, the skinny side goes on PVC. So make sure you get that in the right spot. It'll eliminate problems down the line, and you'll have a joint that looks like it was put together correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright guys, so we got this thing together. It's a little lower than the spec sheet shows for this, about an inch and a half, but it's not going to be a big deal for a pedestal. I just don't want to cut this cast iron again. Every time you touch it, there's a possibility of something going wrong, and it ended up being a bigger job. So just want to tighten these guys up evenly. If you had the tool for a no hub, it actually tightens these things up to 60 inch-pounds, not foot-pounds, inch-pounds. Kind of like a torque wrench, but I just use a nut driver and tighten the shit out of it. That's it. Make sure you always put that thick side on the cast iron, and you get a nice clean looking joint, not uneven or messed up looking. You can always adjust this if the T's not square, straight coming out of the wall. This is considered the wet portion of this stack. Up here above the waste arm is the vent. Obviously you want good connections everywhere, but so that's it. I just got to put a 90 in and get this thing stubbed out at the correct spot, and then cut these off and get them stubbed out for them. Alright, so I've got this thing put back together. I'm going to go ahead and take these nipples out. I'm going to put brass male adapters in here, brass by CPVC, and just stub out with CPVC. This one I'm going to have to use a 90 and come over and get the spread right. You want to make sure you get the spread right on a pedestal lavatory, because otherwise it just looks Shakwadi Manyani. That's an old saying from Rhode Island, but yeah, it's noontime and the bell tolls. Kind of creepy. Anyways, yeah, this is one of those biting toilet seats, so be careful of that if you see one. Alright, so he's got the water off.
I'm going to turn the water on out here to drain it for you.
I just opened this tub.
Okay, that'll work too.
Yeah, we're good. Thank you, sir. Let me go get some parts and we'll get this wrapped up. Alright, so I've got the water off. I gotta get these nipples out without damaging anything. for 50 years. Them doggies have been in there for 50 years. Yeah. 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 Them boys back then, they were scared to death of this water. I'm gonna put some brass nipple adapters in here. Go ahead and I'm gonna Teflon them and pipe dope these guys. Ooh, oh yeah, arthritis. Arthritis, making my thumb hurt. I like this regular old Teflon. I don't buy that fancy shit. Oh, yeah, oh. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna stub these out and then show you what's done after. Alright, so water's back on, everything's good.
Turn that water off to do that, correct?
Yeah, we can from outside. It's probably better than touching the valves on the inside of the cabinet. So yeah. No. If I get the handle off, I don't have to take the valve apart.
Okay.
I'm hoping.
Okay.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Try to get this handle off. It's a Delta kitchen sink faucet. And it drips in a different... When it's in a certain position.
Yeah, you got to get it in a certain position to keep it from... Oh, you're doing another...
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to get this thing off and tighten up that plastic ring inside there. And if I have to, I'll replace the springs and washers. But I don't think so. Most of the time you can just tighten that ring up a few turns and you'll be all set for a while. Especially if you, let me shut that off.